Hello and welcome to Smart Impressions. I'm Rachel and we are unlocking business relationships one connection at a time. Now, this show today is a big concern for so many of you out there. So I invite you to join in and really engage because this is where you're going to get the answers you are dying to know and hear from our experts that we bring onto the show. Now, if you are listening and you have been sending out newsletters or emails over and over and over again, and you're looking at those open rates going, oh my God, it's great. People are reading my content, but there are no sales meetings, then this show is for you because we're going to find out about email marketing and really what it should be doing for your business to really drive those sales and those sales meetings. Welcome to the show today, Omar Tikrity, who's the founder of KAYBOX. Straight here from Manchester, now living in Dubai, bringing his expertise to the region. So nice to have you, Omar.
Likewise, Rachel. Nice to be on. Thank you for having me on.
I love that you're here because I've had my own personal experience working with KAYBOX. Your expertise is by far not, I can't even go into I'm kind of like speechless because, you know, there's so many people out there going newsletters, but when it comes to content, that CRM is going to kill it or make it for you. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. 100%.
So I want to deep dive and go right into it. We got 15 minutes on the clock. Give it to me. Businesses that are relying on Excel, our manual tracking, what's going on in the day of AI, CRMs are the way to go. So why is CRM such a game changer for organizing this communication for businesses?
That's a great question. Honestly, Rachel, this is a game changer, like you said. I've seen businesses double their sales because of a CRM. So Excel is convenient. We all use Excel. It's convenient. But Excel really is data storage. That's all it is. If you want sales, you have to get a CRM. Let me give you a quick story. Last year, I was called by a well-known clinic in the UK, and they hit a ceiling. So a lot of businesses, they hit a ceiling and they can't get more sales, and they spend thousands of pounds on ads, and they have a high turn rate of agencies. They keep firing them. Meta ads, Google ads, nothing's working. So I had a look. I came as a consultant. I said, okay, let's see what you have. And what I found, this is a huge company. They're using Excel. So what's happening is when they're doing any kind of lead gen, the lead is dropping into an Excel file. So I'm analyzing their behavior, and the receptionist is busy. They've got 100 things to do. The lead comes in 3-4 hours later. They'll have a look at it, pick up the phone, call once, no answer, and that's it. Lead is gone. Honestly, Rachel, I'm shocked. I'm like, how can you let these leads burn up in your CRM? I said, forget the ads for now. The way to think of it, Rachel, is your CRM is a sales engine. The leads that you bring in is a fuel to fire that sales engine. If your engine is not firing all cylinders, if it's not ready, you're going to struggle to convert. And we see so many businesses just burn up leads because they don't have that. In summary, what we did is we set up the CRM, and it did 3 things. Number one, every lead that comes in, it gets filtered into the right pipeline. So for different services they have, it tags them, segments them. It's just easy now for the staff to get organized and find out what's going on. Number 2, it's follow-up. Straight away, there's a follow-up. As soon as the client fills a form out, there's an instant follow-up, and then there's this whole nurture happening behind the scenes. Even if they're busy, there's something happening. And it's almost like you have a PA that's sending emails out right next as soon as one comes in. And it's not just one, it's multiple touch points. And then the third thing is automation. If we're not using automation this day and age, we're just using a lot of, human power, let's say. Right. So automation in 2 ways. One is it will do certain tasks for you that you don't need to do anymore, sending emails, WhatsApp messages, whatever it is, like an Instagram DM or comment. That should be automated. You shouldn't be having to manually reply to them. And the second thing is if it needs a human input, it can set the task for you and give you a reminder. By doing these things, this clinic, honestly, it doubled its sales, its conversions. No matter where the leads came in, it just doubled. And it was just easy now for the staff to see what's happening, and 80% of the work is done. So yeah, if you're using Excel, honestly, have a look at using a CRM and just get onto it.
Yeah, I think Excel is like the default, right? And you're right. It's like, how do I track my data? And I'm like, I love that you said that people are burning these leads. Like it's so expensive to get new leads. It's so expensive. It's the most costly thing at the top of the funnel to get someone who's interested in your business or service because number one, 80% are not ready to buy. So you got to nurture
Exactly.
them. I mean, that's the stats, right? But
Exactly.
so many people I talk to are like, I sent down an email. I never got a reply. Like, what do you say to those people? Besides wake up. Like
Yeah.
what? Shit. Excuse me. But I'm like, God. Uh, it's happening and it's happening a lot. I don't think realize business owners, like if they start tracking emails, outbound emails, some salespeople are just sitting there just sending emails, being like, not selling. Wonder why.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like I said, it's not even the age of automation now. We're in the age of AI. Automation's been out before AI. So if you're not if you're not using automation this day and age, like I said, honestly, you're just using either you're not doing the tasks that will get you high conversions, or you're just wasting human input. So it's not even automation now. There's automation is big, but you have to be using AI and automation together. If you want more sales, that you just have to get onto it because competitors will do it. You won't do it. It's just like someone not using email in the 80s or 90s when it came out, and they're still
Mm.
using post, for example, mail. You had to use email. It's just instant, and this is how important automation and AI is today. You have to use it. It just gives you that same level playing ground as big companies.
Which is interesting because now, right, you got these CRM tools. Now it's giving you the same capabilities of a big enterprise company. So why not use it if it's minimal cost,
Mm.
right? But here's a question I get all the time: how much is enough? Like, if one email doesn't work, what does work?
Okay, so we all know, I think Salesforce have this data. A lot of companies, it's usually between 9 to 12 touch points. You'll probably know better than me. It needs 9 to 12. What's a touch point? An email, a WhatsApp, a phone call. These are all touch points. So look, the analogy I've heard used best is imagine you see someone in a cafe and you like them, and you go up to them and say, "Will you marry me?" Right? You think that's ridiculous, and that's what salespeople try and do, right? You have to nurture them. Ask them out on a date. First of all, you want to get their information, get their WhatsApp, Instagram handle, whatever it is, right? And then you nurture them today, and you want to give value, see if you're right for each other, and that's exactly what happens in sales. A lead comes in, it's, do you want to buy? And it's like, well, hold on, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for that commitment. We're talking about kids and stuff, but we're not even had the first date. So I mean, I remember a quick story of I needed the service. I didn't need it at the time. I saw an advert come in, and I thought, okay, this sounds interesting. I filled the form out, and then I booked a call with the guy called Joe. He got on the phone straight away, brilliant. Within 15 minutes, I was speaking to him. I received an email, and he was explaining, he was asking. He was a really good salesperson, but I wasn't ready. I was just inquiring at this point. So I said, Joe, I love it, but I need to think. Now, next week, he gives me another call. Hi, Joe. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I'm not ready yet. 4 or 5 weeks, I'm getting calls from him. I'm getting emails from him. I'm getting SMS from him, but I'm not ready. Gets to a point where I'm kind of ghosting him. I'm ignoring him
Mm.
because sometimes I'm busy. I might be in a meeting. I might be whatever. So one day he gives me a call. I see his number. I think, yeah, I'm ready now. He picks up the phone and said, Joe, I'm ready. Sign me up. And he made thousands of dollars from that deal. And we spent a lot of money with him. And if he wasn't calling me and emailing me, I would have forgotten about him. So we have to nurture, because when we make a phone call, we sometimes think that person's just waiting for us to call them. But they could be in a meeting. We shouldn't take it personal.
Mm.
So it's not only the touch points, but it's something I do want to touch on. It's the quality as well, right? So I've seen a lot of emails go out and they're just very poor quality. It's like it's very salesy or it's not clear cut. Clarity beats quantity anytime. People have to know, what is it you do? Why should I care? What should I do next? Basically, how is it going to help me?
I love that you mentioned that because when it comes to content people are putting out and sending out a whole bunch of stuff, I read emails, automated emails all the time that I'm like, what? What am I supposed to do with you? Like give me some clarity. Like, and there's no doubt we have to help them go to the closure. The call of actions are important, but and I think this is something that you've really shed the light on personally for me is the importance of that messaging. And so you're going to see that conversion really vary depending on how that messaging is. So is that something that you do? You're basically helping create that messaging for clients?
Yeah, we have a brilliant framework for that, and I can share it. It's based on psychology, like Cialdini and Maslow law. It's different psychologists how to really hit that desire or pain point, how to get your messages and use it across different content. It's so important. If there's one thing you could to improve, look, I always put people into 3 buckets when it comes to sending emails out. There's the first bucket where people will just, when a lead comes in, when they have time, they'll respond to it. And maybe they'll have a generic template they'll copy and paste. That's bucket 1. Bucket 2 is you have your automation, but it's pre-written templates. And people will then, as soon as a lead comes in, every few days it'll go out. Now that is good, but there's one step better that a lot of people are not doing in this day and age, which we start to do to our campaigns, is you have an email sequence, but it's AI written for every single user that comes in. So let's say, for example, Rachel, you fill out an assessment on my website and I know your business and I get another person, David, who fills it out for his law firm. You're both going to get an email straight away based on your results, but it's going to be written using my framework, my tone, my branding, everything how I do it, because I use short emails, I use short sentences, there's a way I do it. And you'll receive an email just like I was writing personally to you, because it will analyze the results. It knows what your industry is, and it'll email you. Day 3, it will know if you haven't responded, if you haven't opened, whatever it is, it will send you another email. So that's bucket 3. And we're not even just talking about automation, but every email that goes out is tailored just for that person. And the conversion rates from that alone, and that's really, you know what it is, Rachel? It's so easy to set up. I mean, it's not even complicated. People are still using bucket 1 where they're still copy and pasting emails and sending it out.
Yeah.
This is all available to us at our fingertips. So if you take advantage of it, brilliant. You'll get ahead.
Well, I love it that you mentioned this because you're right. It's a setup one time, and then basically it's the same thing over and over as people come down the marketing funnel. So that's one thing. Oh my God, I'm looking at our time. We could talk about this all day, to be quite honest, but we're running out of time here. And I want to make sure that everyone listens to what as a conversion from your campaigns. What kind of conversions are people looking at, in terms of like, I don't know. What are you looking at? Is the open rates important? The book meetings, like what are the conversions that people should be looking at?
Yeah, so we use a CRM. We have a CRM which scores it. So every lead is scored. So it looks at, for example, do they open the email? Did they click on the link? Did they interact with your website? It's all connected. So let's say, for example, I have 2 leads. One has got a score of 2, which is very low. Another one's got a score of 20. And I look because he's opened different things. He's interacted more. He's been on different pages. So we need to track the conversion signals. We call them conversion signals. We have to track that. Like for example, if someone didn't open the email, don't throw it away. The content might be really good. Let's change the subject heading and let's resend it. Okay. And that alone will get you more leads.
Wow. Yeah, something so simple. I mean, if you had an open rate of 25%, what about the other 75%? So to use a different subject header could really convert those guys into opening it and seeing what you got to do and sell. Well, Omar, there's a big, big, big game. You are by far a big game changer. You are the best CRM specialist that I have met and worked with to date. I'm going to throw that out there because you're using some methodologies that people don't even recognize. So when it comes to specialists of CRMs, there's no doubt how to make the most out of your CRM is what you do. So what are 3 tips that are going to save lots of time when working on workflows, tracking information and so forth for people that are using CRMs, because they're out there. Plenty of them are, and they may be not using it effectively as they should. What do you got for 3 tips that they should be prioritizing?
I'll give you 3 quick tips. Number 1 is, first of all, you want to automate one critical flow of your business in the sales, for example. And the way you do that is just divide this, just set your pipeline stages, 5 or 6 stages: inquiry received, contacting them, email sent out, proposal, invoice, payment made. Just map out the stages. And then once you've done that, you want to, between the stages, by the way, you want to automate. So let's say, for example, you've called them back, no answer. When you move the prospect into that stage, no answer, maybe you want an email going out. That should be automated. So map out your stages, see what you need to automate. Just write it down. What happens? What do you do? And we can automate that. The second tip is the follow-ups. Anything you get from Instagram, email, WhatsApp, automate replies. Just that should be done on the same CRM. And the third tip, what we spoke about before, Rachel, is track your conversion signals. Have a scoring system. Know who's really interested, who's interacting, because they deserve more time than someone who hasn't even opened the email. Not all leads are equal. So they're the 3 things I would do. Map out your sales process, automate the follow-ups from all different online channels, and then just track the conversion signals, email open rate, stuff like that. So that's what I would say to do. I hope that wasn't too much, trying to squeeze it in.
No, I just dropped the mic. I'm like, not all leads are equal. Boom. That's the reality. So Omar, I can't thank you enough for joining me today and sharing what your tips are that really make the CRM maximize for your business success, because we need it. Every business needs it. So if you are struggling, jump into the conversation, reach out to Omar. I think there's probably a link you could share with a CRM that you're using that you love, right?
Yes,
on the show, so that we can share, make sure that if you want to try a free trial, see what's going on, it's worthwhile. But if you are sitting there with the CRM and let me tell you, majority of salespeople will complain about one thing. It's called hygiene. CRM hygiene. And I can't tell you how many problems and complaints I've had around salespeople. I can't update, don't want to do it. It's admin heavy. But forget the hygiene if you can automate and track, right, to see the conversion. It's a whole nother world if you see how you could optimize this. So Omar, thank you so much for being an expert in this space and really sharing your ideas, your wealth, and your success with all the businesses that are yet to work with you in Dubai and the region. So thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Rachel. Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure. Honestly, brilliant. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day. I hope you're looking at CRM in a totally new way. This show is sponsored by the Biz Angels. So if you're looking for leads and you need really good quality leads, forget the ice cold ones, but the warm ones that meet humans and love humans and really see value and trust and build, these relationships at live events, then get in touch with Biz Angels. They're here to help you. They're better than Google. We'll see you at the next show, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a